Hey everyone, James here from the Better Band Bureau, and I discovered something really interesting while I was doing research for my upcoming workshop, which is called Merchandise in the Modern Music Industry. That's on January 30th, Wednesday night, that is, and it is at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're interested in earning more money from merchandise and really pumping that income stream to its greatest potential, definitely check that out. There'll be a link in the comments or description below for you to look. But so what was going on as I was researching for this is there are some apps for tracking merchandise that I've used before. I wanted to see if there were any that had popped up since I had last done research on this and since I had last compared apps. And what I did find is that there's a new player called MerchCat, and they have an interesting offer. They are much cheaper than some of the other competition, including the main player out there right now, who I'll go over in the workshop on Wednesday. This one, MerchCat, they have pretty good pricing. It's $7.99 per month or $84.99 per year, and that comes with inventory tracking both at your shows and in your warehouse or storage area, which is pretty awesome. That's a big deal there because you're able to have the two separate inventories and transfer things back and forth. What really caught my eye about MerchCat, though, was that they have a fan store. So the tracking app that you use when you're at your shows selling merch will also double as an online store for your merch where people can place orders for you to ship it to them, or they can pre-order it and pick up the items at a show, which that's something new, that's something unique that I don't think I've ever seen before. So I'm really excited about that, and I wanted to take a look at the app. I'm going to sign up for it right now. I've never done this before with MerchCat and see how it goes, see how easy it is, and you can follow along. I'm going to do it all on my phone. They do have a website. As you can see, this is the main website that they have, which is basically a pitch for their product. And then they have the MerchCat fan website. Let's click on fan. And then they tell you about the app, basically. I'm kind of disappointed that they don't have an online store that you can only, as a fan, buy through the app, but it's still really cool that they have the app in the first place, and maybe they will have online stores in the future, or maybe that's just a feature that I'm not currently seeing, and they do have it, it's just not on the main page. But anyway, to get back to checking this out, we're going to sign up for MerchCat all on my phone right here. Let's see how it goes. Create a free account. Artist name. Well, I'm not representing an artist right now, so I'll put in my own name as if I'm a solo act. So that was as far as I could get without paying to use the app. But I reached out to Vanessa, who runs MerchCat, and had a great chat with her about the app, and she showed me some of the features, and she also gave me a code so I could sign into the app and do this video for you guys and show you how it works as well. So I'm really grateful to Vanessa over at MerchCat. I think she has a really great product here, and I'm excited to show it to all of you. From this point on, it's no longer my reaction to the app because Vanessa was kind enough to give me a demo via screen share, so I could understand better how the app works. But now I do have a better idea of what to show you because I can see what is most important to you. So I think this will be a more concise video overall than it would have been if I was just exploring the app while I was shooting. So without further ado, I'm going to cut back to the video I shot the other day on how to use the app. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below or go to the MerchCat website and reach out to Vanessa. She's really nice, and I'm sure she'll help you out with any questions you might have. And again, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to continue the demo now. First of all, in the lower right is the menu button. Hit Profile. And there you can see I changed the artist name to Real Big Fish, just because I realized for the show import from Bandsintown, it has to be an actual artist. Obviously, I'm not going to sell any items as Real Big Fish, but I just needed to put in something for example purposes. And the subscription is active because Vanessa, the developer, was kind enough to give me a demo of the app so I can show you how it works, which I think is really awesome. And then I enabled Square Point of Sale. So that's that for the basic account settings. Then if you go to MerchCat Fan, this is where you would set up anything to do with the MerchCat Fan app, which is where fans can purchase merchandise in advance and pick it up at the show, or it's a web store in app form, and they can purchase merch and you ship it to them. Both are very, very cool ideas, I think, because it all integrates into one system, and it means you don't have to track two separate inventories, which I think is really good because the DIY artist has enough on their plate. You don't have to have more. So to start, you just slide over, use MerchCat Fan, and then you would connect it to Square to receive payments. You tap it, and it will ask you to sign in once it loads, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm not going to be selling anything. I had already enabled Ship to Home. It's disabled by default. Then you enter your address to enable shipping. And then once you've done all that, you can enter your social media links and your website, which means that fans can find all of those when they're in the MerchCat Fan app so they can stay connected with you. And then you would tap Update Profile. Now, going back to the main screen, we're going to add some inventory. So you tap Inventory, and you add an item. I'm going to say it's a t-shirt, but since I don't have a picture of a t-shirt, I'm going to add a picture of my dog. He's awesome. And we're going to call it Dog T-shirt. There we go. The price, let's call it $15. The cost, this is the cost of the item. So if it costs you $4.50, you'd put in $4.50, which is known as the cost of goods sold. The SKU is optional. We can leave that out, but we do need to put in a category since this is a t-shirt. We'll put it in as apparel. And then it's going to ask what it is. So we're going to say it's unisex, and this is a medium. Now, when we get to count, there's a few things to watch out for. Count, the top one, is the total amount of this item you have in stock. No matter where it is, whether it's in your basement, your warehouse, your garage, on the road with you, wherever it is. So let's say this is a fresh batch and we had 100 printed. So we have 100. But we're just doing a quick weekend tour. We're not going to sell that much, so we only took 20 with us. The show quantity will come in later. That doesn't really matter for now. But you might be wondering, well, what about other shirt sizes? What you do is you hit Save and Duplicate. And then you can fill in the item again, but you add in gender and size. We'll put in large this time. The count, we'll again put 120. And then we hit save. Now, obviously, you could do that for every single shirt size, but I'm just adding 2 for the sake of example. So that's how you add inventory. You hit back, and you're now at the main screen again. Now that you know how to add inventory, it's time to add your first show. So you tap on shows, and you tap add. And you have 2 options. You can use Bands in Town, or you can add a show manually. I'm just going to go with Bands in Town. Real Big Fish has some shows. I'm going to add tomorrow's show at the Blue Note. Click Submit. And there's the Blue Note in Columbia, Missouri. And when you open it up, you have the option to start store, but we're going to hold off on that for just a second. When you import shows from Bands in Town, it adds the venue information, but it does not add the street name or street address, just city, zip code, and state. So you want to add that information if it matters to you, which, if you're reporting to SoundScan through another application, then you do need that information. In addition, if you're using SoundScan, you need to fill in the contact email and phone, as well as their name. That's the venue representative who will sign off to vouch that, yes, this has been sold on this date. I don't care about that stuff since this is just an example and I'm not going to be reporting my sales, so I just hit save. Now that I've gone over the address with you, and we're back on the main page for the show, we're going to enable road merch only, which tracks inventory separately so it knows that you're deducting from the road merch rather than the warehouse merch. And you can add the haul fee, which is the venue's percentage, and it sucks, but unfortunately a lot of venues do take a haul fee. The app does give you the opportunity to split it into different percentages for merch and music, because many venues do charge separate fees depending on what item you're selling. So let's say they take 20% of merch, but only 10% of music, and then we tap save. And it bounces us back to that main page, but now we're ready to go ahead and start selling. So you tap the show, then you tap Start Store. I'm not going to enable this right now because I'm not actually selling anything. Now we have our count in, and refresh on the tour so we know 20 of each is accurate. That's our count. Or pretend I just counted all 40 shirts right now and we're all set on that. Proceed to confirm. And now I can sell. So let's say I sell one medium dog t-shirt, add it to cart, go to checkout, and hit take payment. Now it's bouncing over to Square because in the settings I had enabled Square. You could also enable PayPal or cash only. You do have to make sure that you're signed into the Square app before it tries to bounce over to Square, otherwise it won't load properly. Now I'm not going to set up a card because I don't want to charge myself. I'm just going to put in cash, and I'm going to say they gave me $20 and tender. It'll say $5 change, and does the person want a receipt? They don't want a receipt. I hand them their change, and there we go. Now it says complete. I've been paid $15. That's how fast it is to sell items with this app. I love it. One last thing I want to show you about the sales section is how you can do discounts or comps. For example, you're doing buy one, get one free. You add 2 of the item, you go to checkout, and you can just adjust the price in the cart right there and set it to $15 instead of $30 because it's buy one, get one free. Take payment, go in, I'm going to do cash, and this time I'll do exact because it's easier. No thanks to the receipt. And that's it. We're done with selling. Now, if you're at the end of the night looking to close down your shop, you hit the X in the upper left and tap Stop Store. Yes, I'm sure I want to stop the store. And then it offers an inventory countout. I know that my numbers are accurate because they're made up, but you might want to actually count and make sure that you're not missing anything. Let's say we did count and we found that for the large, yes, we did sell 2 of those and we have 18 left, but for the medium, we only sold 1, but we also only have 18 left. So I tap Adjust and change the number, and that's how we account for our losses. Then I confirm, and it generates the report for this show. One last thing I want to show you is how the reports in the app work. So from the main screen, you tap on Reports, and then you can see here all the items sold for the current month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, or since you created the account. So I'm just going to go back to current month, and you'll see here there are quite a few more items sold than in the demo, but that's because I was fooling around with the app, testing it, seeing what I could do. And you will see at the current inventory, I have 96 medium and 96 large shirts of the dog t-shirt. Then in the upper left, the green menu button, if we tap the shopping cart, this will let us see the breakdown of each of our individual shows. So I go to Info and see the artist information and the venue information as well as the date. Then there are 3 separate reports, and these are very important to understand. The artist report includes all sales for the show. This means that it includes pre-sales and any purchases fans made at the venue but asked to be shipped to their home. The venue report does not include the pre-sales and ship-to-home sales because the venue should not be taking a cut out of those sales. This is where the haul fee comes in, and you can see that on the shirts that were sold, the venue took 15%, which means they took $4.50 out of the $30 gross profit. This means that the artist kept $25.50. You can see the breakdown here, that 1 medium was sold for $15. The buy one, get one free that we did, the 2 large, were for $7.50 each, which works out to the same. And then the loss we reported was for 0, and it's quantity -1. Scrolling a little further down, the venue representative and the artist representative. This is where you'd have the venue representative sign to verify your SoundScan sales. Going back up, we have the inventory report. This is where you can see what you have left of each item. You counted in with 18 of each. We adjusted -1 for the medium because it was lost, and we sold 1 medium, and we sold 2 large, leaving us with 16 of each and 3 items total sold. Just going back to the main menu, that's about it for MerchCat Basics. Now, I want to make it clear that even though I was in communication with Vanessa, the founder and CEO of MerchCat, She did not ask me to promote this application. I had reached out proactively to her. I'm not getting any sort of affiliate deal. I'm making nothing from talking about this application. It's just something that I stand behind. I think it fills a large gap in the industry between top tier apps like @Venue, which are very expensive and have lots of features that the average person just doesn't need, and other smaller apps that they work, but they're not great. This app, MerchCat, has a lot of great features that I think everyone should have, and I really love the MerchCat fan app that goes with it to run your web store through an app and allow pre-orders of merch at your shows. I just think that's an absolutely wonderful idea, and I fully support it. Having spoken with Vanessa, I know she is 100% there for the artist. She wants to talk to people and learn their stories. She wants to help people. And I think that's really great, and that's something that we need more of in this industry. And I also think that from what I've seen of the app, this is honestly something I would use. The other apps, I've tried some of them, including @Venue and others, and they do what they're supposed to do, but not as easily and efficiently as MerchCat does. So I encourage you to check out the MerchCat website. The link will be down below in the description. And if you have any questions, reach out to me or reach out to Vanessa. I'm sure she would be happy to help you. And of course, even though I have limited experience with the app, I did get the demo training and I've been using it today to shoot this video. And I think it's something that's really cool. So I will try to help you if I can as well. Now, if you want to learn more about merchandise in the modern music industry, I have a workshop on that very topic. It's about how you as an artist in 2019 can make money off of merchandise and use it to help your career go from a hobby musician to full-time. So I think you should check that out as well if you're serious about making this your career. It's on Wednesday, January 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, and that will also be in the link below. And just because you watch this video, I'm going to give you a discount code for $10 off of that workshop. So I really hope to see you there. There are very limited seats left, so I hope you get your ticket soon, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.